Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. My brother Yahshua, I'm back with another short lesson. All right. And as we get closer and closer to the prize, which is the kingdom, all right, this devil is going to start acting out more and more. All right. Because number one, the Most High putting the spirit on him to stop hiding who he actually is and show his horns, all right? And that's inadvertently going to lead up to the Egyptians against the Egyptians because, I mean, in what they call this melting pot there, you know, all of these different nations are, you know, thrust into the same boat, if you will. And right now the boat is about to capsize because it's filling up with water, all right? So this is Psalm 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. All right, let's look at a couple of versions of this, all right, for some clarity. All right. Who freely strut about, let's talk about Esau, the wicked, who freely strut about when what is vile, meaning terrible, filthy, is honored by the human race, right? Even though the wicked strut about, this is New Living Translation, NLT. Even though the wicked strut about and evil is praised throughout the land, right? The wicked, this over here, Berean, get it down here. The wicked wander freely, and vileness is exalted among men. On every side the wicked prowl, as vileness is exalted among the children of man. Let's get another one. Aramaic Bible in plain English. The wicked go around and walk according to the contemptible pride of the sons of Edom. Woo! Right? Contemporary English version. But all who are wicked, Esau, will keep on strutting while everyone praises their shameless deeds. Okay? The wicked, however, will keep walking around exalting the vileness of human beings. Okay, good enough. All right, so let's get one more and then we'll watch the video. This is quite funny. All right, this is Psalm 64. You know what I want. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right, this devil can't help but be the devil that he was created to be. All right, so let's watch this. This is called Roland S. Martin channel, June 11th, which is today, I believe. Crazy ass spray paint Karen defaces monument to only black member of Lewis and Clark expedition. All right, and we're gonna find out that this man was a so-called slave, and that they thrust him out front to speak to the Indians. Now, how was he doing that? Lest they understood each other. Okay, so let's watch this.
You know what time it is.
I'm white. I got you, bro. Illegally selling water without a permit
on my property.
Whoa! Hey!
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
y'all, my goodness. At Mount Tabor in southeast Portland, a white woman thought it was a great idea to deface the statue commemorating York, an enslaved black member of the 1804 Lewis and Clark expedition. For the second time in 3 months, the monument was vandalized. This time, it was caught on video. Here is today's crazy-ass white woman.
You want to give us your name on the?
Yeah, my name is Connected Brody. My date of birth is 9/13/78.
Yeah, way to be part of the solution. Good job.
Come fucking arrest me.
Good job.
I'm first, not color, race, or sex.
What's your name?
Tonight in fucking 70. My name is Steph Brody. Reporting to the police. I'm paying for damages if you want me to. Fuck all of you. I've been prejudiced against black people and Hispanic people, and everybody has, I'm sure you've been prejudiced against people have.
Wait a minute. She said she prejudice against black people and Hispanic people. All right. The only one she left out is Gad. Let's hear that again. She making her own tongue to fall upon herself. And this is a she-devil.
Tonight in fucking 70. My name is Steph Brody. Reporting to the police. I'm paying for damages.
Now, wait a minute. She's giving up all her vital information, too. All right? She is making her tongue she's causing her tongue to fall upon itself, just as the scripture said. She's given up all her information, thinking that she's above reproach, beyond reproach.
I'm first, not color, race, or sex.
What's your name?
Tonight in fucking 70. My name is Steph Brody. Reporting to the police. I'm paying for damages if you want me to. Fuck all of you. I've been prejudiced against black people and Hispanic people, and everybody has, I'm sure you've been prejudiced against people have as well. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Alright.
It's love and unity, not to replace a white man with a fucking black man. That is not fucking unity. Yeah, you can go ahead, shake your head. I read the white privilege book or whatever the fuck else you want for Unity Spiritual Center. I don't give a fuck.
And we'll listen to some of this.
Which one of y'all want to go ahead and comment?
Go ahead. Hey, I'm just glad York getting some shine. The only time I've been to Portland, I asked them, take me to the campus of Lewis and Clark College so I can see the statue of York. There's a statue in Louisville. There's one in St. Louis. There's a couple on the campus of the University of Portland. York didn't just accompany William Clark and Rogers Lewis. He was enslaved by William Clark. And as my man Frank X. Walker, who's at the University of Kentucky, has wrote a whole epic poem about him. And there's only a couple of books about him. One's called In Search of York. York was the cat they were sending out in front of them. The Native Americans called him the Big Medicine. They said, we ain't never seen a human being like this. He got back to St. Louis and Clark wouldn't let him go. He had a wife in Louisville who they sold to Louisiana. And then eventually they say that he finally got out of enslavement and went back to Native America, where he was living out there near where you are, Georgia, apparently as an older man. That's part of the legend. So what this white girl did, who's only speaking English because the settlers came across the damn land and York was with them, and now you speaking English in the great upper Pacific Northwest. The beautiful thing about it is what this woman inadvertently did might interject York into the imagination of some people to go back and see, well, why the hell is she so mad at that statue? Go read up on York. He's a fascinating brother, the Big Medicine. And
Okay, so he said something very important there. Let's hear it again.
back to Native America, where he was living out there.
Okay, so that's something right there. Wait a minute. Why did he go back? He knew he was among his people.
York was the cat they were sending out in front of them.
Okay, why? He probably spoke the language. All right, he looked like them. Now, he got that wrong when he was saying, who is this?
Clark, and it's my man Frank X. Walker, who's at the University of Kentucky, has wrote a whole epic poem about him. And there's only a couple of books about him. One's called In Search of York. York was the cat they were sending out in front of them. The Native Americans called him the Big Medicine. They said, we ain't never seen a human being like this. York.
How did they not see a human being like that when he looked just like him? That's disinformation.
Got back to St. Louis and Clark wouldn't let him go. He had a wife in Louisville who they sold to Louisiana. And then eventually they say that he finally got out of enslavement and went back to Native America, where he was living out there near where you are, Georgia, apparently as an older man. That's part of the legend. So what this white girl did, who's only speaking English because the settlers came across the damn land and York was with them, and now you speaking English in the great upper Pacific Northwest. The beautiful thing about it is what this woman inadvertently did might interject York into the imagination of some people to go back and see, well, why the hell is she so mad at that statue? Go read up on York. He's a fascinating brother, the big medicine. And you can't do nothing with him with a spray can either.
They put the statue up, Georgia, in February after protesters toppled one of a white man. And clearly, Spray Paint Karen is just not too happy at all that the statue of the brother is up.
Yeah, let me just say, I have never been so ashamed to be half white. You know, Karenism is a pandemic in and of itself, and violence by white women is real. I mean, we have often painted white men out to be the ones that are perpetuating harm in the Black community, but white women are just as guilty. And, you know, it's just... For people to try and present themselves to be so educated and, you know, so correct and that they should be model citizens, you know, it has been a relief, actually, in some ways, to see their true colors captured on camera. And it's absolutely hilarious. But on the other hand, it's absolutely terrifying to know that we can be out in community and be approached by women who have this much anger. And we have seen that same character. We saw that character accuse a young Black man of stealing her cell phone. We've seen that same Karen call the cops on a Black bird watcher. You know, and so it's like we continuously see this character reveal itself in every city, in every state. There is a Karen. And you know, I'll just say, frankly, though, I do feel bad for the Karens out there who are good women.
Now, what she's describing is the spirit that the Most High is putting on Esau and the spirit that he's putting on Jake to come against each other. All right? And that both of those spirits, the spirit of war, okay, he's putting on both sides. And it's going to come to a head. Let's listen to a little more of it.
That lady right there, she's giving Karens a bad rep.
Reese, I'm surprised we have not gotten her name, but I can't wait till her ass get fired.
Well, she said, I dare you to arrest me, bitches. I am white. I am upset. I'm going to deface this property. It is my right as a white woman who's upset. What were them symbols about, though? What's the gender symbols got to do with anything? Go ahead and put the Nazi sign on there, girl. Just lean into it. That's what you are. You are white supremacists. Go ahead and own it, girl. What you drawing purple symbols for? What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I initially thought she was celebrating Prince. I didn't know what the hell the purple was about. You don't
know what the hell she was doing. But the reason why it's funny to me is because they're so triggered. They're so triggered by what? By a statue of a Black man? They put a statue of a Black man, God rest his soul, who is
The reason she's triggered is because the Most High is turning up the spirit of war on both sides.
Slave. That's what we get.
Right.
We get slave statues. We get slave movies. And like they put, somebody up there who's doing something that's a threat to white people. What is she that mad about? But she gave her name and date of birth. He might have been trying to steal your identity, girl. He might have agreed with what you're talking about. But he said, let me go ahead and get this crazy white lady's identity, open up a little account, and go on ahead and get my life. I mean, she's very dumb, very triggered, very upset for no reason. I guess we can add Black slave statues to the list of white people not enjoying that, or long weekends, or cookies. The list is just growing and growing and growing. I'm going to need y'all to get it together, because that's why your life expectancy is going down as a race. Because you're too upset about little shit. You're too upset. Get it together, girl. But go ahead and relocate her. And hey, all y'all out there who could do something with her name and date of birth, go ahead and do something.
Back to our Brother Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show.
All right. So there you have it. All right, let's get some scripts to back what we're saying here. We'll go ahead and shut it down. It's pretty, I mean, we could do this all day with Karens, but the point is that the Most High is, he's turning up the heat. All right? This is Psalm 109. And 16. It says, because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and the needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. Okay? They have no mercy. All right? All right? Now, on the other side of that, quickly, we'll just get a couple of future prophecies. Okay? We'll just get this one, go ahead and close out. Because there's a war coming. This is Ezekiel. Ezekiel 25 and 13. All right, let's start at 12. And thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance. That's what she's doing right now. And hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. And I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. All right, so the point has been made. Hey, this thing is coming. Let's get this real quick. What is it? It's Isaiah 19. All right. Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, okay? So the race wars are coming, all right? So with that, I hope that the elect were edified. Stay ready. With that, we're going to say shalom.